In the sacred realm of Lumbini, nestled amidst the verdant foothills of the Himalayas, a prince was born. His name was Siddhartha Gautama, and his destiny was extraordinary. Born into the lap of luxury, Siddhartha's father, King Suddhodana, shielded him from the harsh realities of life. He was surrounded by opulence, pleasure, and the promise of a comfortable life. The young prince grew up in a palace, its walls adorned with exquisite murals and its gardens teeming with exotic flora. He was a bright and inquisitive child, excelling in his studies and displaying a natural compassion that endeared him to all. His father, determined to see his son ascend the throne, ensured that Siddhartha received the finest education and lived a life of unparalleled comfort. However, the king remained oblivious to the profound questions that stirred within his son's heart. Siddhartha possessed a deep sensitivity to the suffering of the world, a sensitivity that the palace walls could not contain. Destiny, it seemed, had other plans for the young prince. At 29, Siddhartha ventured beyond his palace walls for the first time. His father had kept him insulated from life's realities. On chariot rides, Siddhartha encountered 4 sights that changed his life. First, an old man stooped with age. Next, a sick man racked with pain. Then a funeral procession, mourners' cries filling the air. Finally, an ascetic, serene and tranquil. Siddhartha saw a path to understanding suffering and liberation. The 4 sights left an indelible mark on Siddhartha's psyche. He was no longer content with the gilded cage of his palace life. The suffering he had witnessed haunted his waking hours, and the allure of the ascetic's path beckoned him. He realized that true happiness could not be found in material possessions or sensual pleasures. Torn between his duty to his family and his yearning for spiritual truth, Siddhartha made the momentous decision to renounce his princely life and embark on a quest for enlightenment. One night, he bid farewell to his sleeping wife and newborn son, his heart heavy with sorrow but resolute in his purpose. He exchanged his luxurious robes for the simple garb of an ascetic and rode off into the night. This event, known as the Great Departure, marked the beginning of Siddhartha's transformation from a prince to a seeker of truth. His journey would lead him through years of rigorous spiritual practice and profound self-discovery. Siddhartha's quest for enlightenment led him to the forests of India, where he sought guidance from renowned spiritual teachers. He immersed himself in their teachings, mastering various meditation techniques and philosophical doctrines. He lived a life of extreme asceticism, denying himself even the most basic comforts. He believed that by punishing his body and suppressing his desires, he could transcend his earthly attachments and attain enlightenment. Siddhartha and a small group of devoted disciples practiced rigorous austerities, pushing their physical and mental limits to the brink. They survived on meager rations of food, practiced breath control to an extreme, and subjected themselves to various forms of physical hardship. Years turned into seasons, and seasons turned into years as Siddhartha's pursuit of liberation continued. He became a shadow of his former self, his body emaciated from fasting, his skin weathered by the elements. Yet enlightenment remained elusive. He realized that extreme asceticism, while purifying, was ultimately a path of self-mortification, not liberation. One fateful night, while meditating under a sacred fig tree that would later be known as the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha experienced a profound awakening. He realized that neither extreme asceticism nor a life of indulgence held the key to liberation. Instead, he discovered the middle way, a path of moderation and balance. As the story goes, Siddhartha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, vowing not to rise until he had attained enlightenment. He meditated through the night, confronting his inner demons and overcoming the temptations of Mara, the personification of desire and illusion. As dawn approached, Siddhartha's mind became clear and still. He delved deep into his consciousness, penetrating the layers of conditioning and attachment that had clouded his true nature. In that moment of profound insight, he awakened to the impermanent nature of all things and realized the interconnectedness of all beings. Siddhartha Gautama had attained enlightenment and become the Buddha, the awakened one. The essence of Buddha's enlightenment is encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths, which serve as the foundation of Buddhist teachings. The first noble truth recognizes the reality of suffering, or dukkha, as an inherent part of the human condition. Suffering encompasses physical and emotional pain, as well as the dissatisfaction that arises from our attachment to impermanent things. The second noble truth identifies the root cause of suffering as craving, or tanha, which stems from our ignorance of our true nature. We cling to fleeting pleasures, material possessions, and even to our own identities, creating a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. The third noble truth offers hope, proclaiming that suffering can be overcome. By eradicating craving and ignorance, we can liberate ourselves from the cycle of suffering and attain true happiness. Finally, the fourth noble truth outlines the path to liberation, known as the Noble Eightfold Path, which provides a practical guide to cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. The Noble Eightfold Path is an interconnected set of principles cultivating wisdom, compassion, and liberation. It is divided into wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It begins with right understanding, seeing through the Four Noble Truths. Then right thought, cultivating loving kindness and non-attachment. Ethical conduct includes right speech, promoting harmony. Right action means acting kindly and honestly. Right livelihood involves non-harming occupations. Mental discipline is through right effort, cultivating wholesome qualities. Right mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment. Finally, right concentration develops a focused mind through meditation. Following his enlightenment, Buddha spent over 40 years traveling throughout India, sharing his teachings and guiding countless individuals towards liberation. He taught that the path to enlightenment is open to all, regardless of social status, gender, or background. His teachings, known as the Dharma, spread rapidly, attracting followers from all walks of life. Buddha's teachings emphasized compassion, non-violence, and the interconnectedness of all beings. He challenged the rigid social hierarchies of his time, advocating for the equality and dignity of all people. He established monastic communities for monks and nuns, providing a supportive environment for spiritual practice and the preservation of his teachings. His teachings spread through oral tradition, passed down from teacher to student, ensuring their continuity. As Buddhism spread beyond India, it adapted to different cultures and traditions, giving rise to various schools of thought and practice. Yet the core principles of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path remain central to all Buddhist traditions. Buddha's legacy extends far beyond the confines of organized religion. His teachings on compassion, mindfulness, and inner peace continue to resonate with people from all walks of life. In a world often driven by material pursuits and external validation, his message of inner transformation and spiritual awakening offers a timeless path to happiness. Mindfulness, a central tenet of Buddhist practice, has gained widespread popularity in recent years, offering a secular approach to stress reduction, emotional regulation, and cultivating a sense of presence. Similarly, Buddha's teachings on compassion and non-violence continue to inspire movements for social justice, peace, and environmental sustainability. At its core, Buddhism is a path of self-discovery, inviting us to look inward and cultivate the qualities of wisdom, compassion, and awareness. It is a journey of awakening to our true nature and recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. Buddha's teachings provide a timeless roadmap for navigating the complexities of life, finding inner peace, and contributing to a more just and compassionate world. At the age of 80, in a grove of sala trees near the town of Kushinagar, Buddha's earthly journey came to an end. Surrounded by his devoted disciples, he passed away peacefully, entering into parinirvana, the final cessation of suffering and the cycle of rebirth. His death, however, did not mark the end of his teachings, but rather the beginning of their enduring legacy. Before his passing, Buddha instructed his followers not to grieve his absence, but to take refuge in his teachings, the Dharma, as the guiding light on their path to enlightenment. He emphasized that the true nature of reality is impermanent, and just as he had passed away, so too would everything else in the conditioned world. His final words, "All conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence," served as a powerful reminder that the journey to liberation is an ongoing process requiring continuous effort, mindfulness, and compassion. The story of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, is a testament to the transformative power of the human spirit. His journey from privilege to enlightenment offers a timeless message of hope and compassion. His teachings inspire millions, offering a path to inner peace and wisdom. Explore the wisdom of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. May this journey lead you to greater peace and compassion for all beings.